Hello and welcome to the second part of the FlexPod Hybrid Cloud Data Center Build-Out. The first video was focused on the infrastructure build-out, including AWS and NetApp Cloud Manager. In this video, we will focus on the power of automation provided by Cisco Intersight to build our custom workflows through which we can set up the necessary data replication relationships between the FlexPod on-premises environment and Cloud Volumes ONTAP in AWS. And while we go through that, we will also look at the data integrity that is being maintained when the data replication happens over the wire from the on-premises environment to the public cloud. Let's begin with Cisco Intersight. So we'll pick a workflow that's going to create a volume and also export it. So all these operations are going to happen on the ONTAP system that is part of our FlexPod environment. On clicking execute, Intersight throws up a wizard which collects some more additional details about the user input parameters that are required, like the name of the volume, the mount path for the volume that will be created, and also the volume size. With this, the workflow is now triggered and the execution is in process. The execution is completed successfully, so we should now be able to see our volume being created in the ONTAP storage system that is part of our on-premises FlexPod environment, and there is the volume. You can see that the volume also has an export policy, and the volume is not protected via SnapMirror at this point, so it's an unprotected volume. Let us now mount this volume to a VM that is running on our FlexPod. First, we're going to create a directory and mount the volume using an NFS-LIF IP and the mount path to this directory that we have just created. We shall also verify the mount. As we can see here, the volume has been mounted using the NFS-LIF IP to the directory that we have created. The available size is 95 GB. We can confirm the same from System Manager. In this demonstration, we will use a sample data set of size 2 GB that will be replicated to the cloud. Before we start the replication, let's generate a checksum of this data set. This checksum will be used at a later stage to verify the integrity of data transfer. Back in Cisco Intersight, we shall use another workflow to set up the SnapMirror relationship between FlexPod and Cloud Volumes ONTAP. So this is the workflow and we're going to execute it. Intersight is going to present us with another form that we will be filling out with our user input parameters or environment specific inputs that include the AWS specific details like the region, subnet, VPC, etc. And also details regarding our on-premises volume from where the dataset is going to be replicated over to CVO, the name of the SVM in FlexPod, and then the details of the destination, which is going to be Cloud Volumes ONTAP in AWS. So we will provide the name of the destination volume that needs to be created, and then the replication interval, and also the name of the CVO cluster. And finally, we can execute this workflow. It takes a couple of minutes for the workflow to finish execution. Once completed successfully, we can head over to Cloud Manager and the timeline view for a detailed update on the replication status. When the SnapMirror has been initiated successfully, we can head over to the Replication tab and view the replication relationship. It's currently uninitialized. We can get into information for additional details. A visual representation of the replication relationship is available in the canvas view. And the data transfer is right now in progress. Once the data transfer has been successfully completed, we shall stop the source storage virtual machine, that is the SVM that is in FlexPod, to simulate a disaster. The SVM is now stopped. We'll head back to Cloud Manager and navigate to the on-premises ONTAP working environment. You can see that Cloud Manager loses visibility to all the volumes that were running out of the storage virtual machine that we just stopped. So at this point, we break the replication relationship and promote the destination Cloud Volumes ONTAP volume as production. So the relationship has now been broken. We go back to timeline to ensure that the replication break is successful. We now navigate to the CVO working environment. We can see that's our destination volume with 2.3 gig of data roughly that's been replicated. We go edit the volume and make it accessible using a custom export policy. And now this volume can be mounted to an EC2 instance. So we can go and get a ready to use mount command. Let's copy that. Go to AWS, connect to an EC2 instance. We'll create a directory within this EC2 instance and use the mount command that we just copied and update it with the directory that we just created, and the volume is now mounted. So we'll quickly verify the mount. That is our mount, and you can see that the use size is roughly 2.4 gig. And when we go inside, we can see the sample data set. Now to verify the integrity of data transfer, we'll run the checksum at the EC2 instance. The checksum is available, and on comparing both checksums from Cloud Volumes ONTAP and from FlexPod, we can see that both the checksums are matching, indicating that the data transfer has been successful with absolute integrity. To summarize, we started off by replicating a sample data set from the on-premises FlexPod environment to Cloud Volumes ONTAP by leveraging the Cisco Intersight workflows. And once the data transfer was completed, we broke the relationship of the SnapMirror and promoted the destination volume in Cloud Volumes ONTAP to production. And it was a seamless operation with just a click of a button. And lastly, we also verified the integrity of data transfer by running the checksums at both the source and destination and comparing each other. We hope you enjoyed the content in this video, and thank you for watching.